Hi guys, this is Sajna Binil and welcome to the Super Achievers series. In today's episode, I have Uttkarsh with me who have recently cleared the ECBA examination. Uttkarsh is based out of Australia and he's working as a technical consultant in an IT services firm. Out from Uttkarsh, how did he go about preparing for this examination?
Thank you so much, Sanjana. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, first of all. And yeah, so like the ECBA examination preparation was pretty simple for me. I just stuck to the schedule that you gave me. Initially, it was I was on track for 2-3 weeks, but because of a friend's wedding, I took about a month half, and I couldn't stick to it. But then I jumped back in again and I followed the schedule that you suggested. And unfortunately, I couldn't do the quizzes then and there itself. Still stuck to the whole schedule. I prepared for it. And then at the end, I tried to like go through the BABOK once until I actually went through all of the course before actually revising. And one of the
Mhm.
key things that worried me during the whole preparation was like I couldn't remember anything that I read like before the earlier chapters. When I was like going through, let's say, techniques chapter, it was really hard for me to remember anything about requirement
Mhm.
elicitation and collaboration. So that was really stressing me out. So I was reaching out to other ECBA students as well from the same batch. And then they just suggested revise once at the end, once you revise, it'll be fine. And then after going through the whole BABOK, I took a whole week off to actually revise everything. Because one of the biggest suggestions I think that you gave me for the exam was to thoroughly be thorough with the input, output, and elements for each and every chapter. And
Mhm.
I started off with the same. So I created a note, like sort of a notebook notes just for the input, output elements, and that's how I revised the whole thing, keeping
Mhm.
input output elements in mind. And then I just tried to memorize it as much as possible. In addition to that, I also revised the content. And once you go through the whole babok and once you revise it again, it gets very, very easy. First time will be a bit difficult. A lot of you won't get even a lot of stuff. You probably even get like 40% of what you're reading. But once you read the whole book and then you start revising it, that's when everything clicks. You're like, oh, this is that and this is that. So it's not that difficult when you go through it the second time. And
Mhm.
revision is really key. Do not, I would suggest not to attempt the exam right after finishing your first go through of the book. And the quizzes were like extremely important. I would say it serves as a benchmark to how much preparation you've done. And
Mhm.
it really like gives you a confidence boost as well. Because what I did personally was I revised the whole
Mhm.
book, including input output elements, and then I attempted each and every quiz, and I was bang on. Like I used to get like 85, 90, 95% in each and every quiz. That boosted my confidence a lot. And right before the exam, let's say like an hour and a half before the exam at the night, I actually gave the
Mhm.
three big tests, like the 50 questions, 40 questions, and 35 questions, like the mixed set and very important question set. And
Mhm.
2 to 3 questions actually came from the very important set as well. So yeah.
So, was the final exam easy or did you feel it was difficult?
I would say it was a mixture, to be honest. The techniques chapter, the questions from techniques chapter were pretty straightforward, pretty easy, and you can
Mhm.
clearly tell that, oh yeah, this is the answer. So you know 100% that this is the
Mhm.
answer, and you've ticked the correct option. But when it came to chapters like requirement elicitation,
Mhm.
collaboration, then the bigger chapters, right? The options were really confusing. I mean, you wouldn't I wasn't able to tell if I was actually taking a correct option. That could be because I was sometimes I wasn't able to recall what I actually memorized. So I would say a bit moderate.
So, what is that one bit of advice that you would like to give new ECB aspirants?
I would say I would suggest that like if you want to clear the exam, like stop like just procrastinating and just like book a date. Because it was one of the advices my girlfriend also gave me, that if I just like don't book it, I'll just keep procrastinating the study. And that's something that Liju also told me, don't stress about it. Just get
Yes.
it done as soon
Yes,
as
that's
possible.
also, yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
talked to him. I used to talk to Richa a lot, Liju a lot, and they used to like tell me, don't stress about it, don't stress about it. But you can't tell it until you've like cleared the exam. I would, the best suggestion I would give is just
Mhm.
book a date. You can postpone it if
Mhm.
you actually need it. Like if you desperately need to postpone it, you can do that, but you can book a date and then start preparing. So that's how you have a target in front of you, a deadline, and then you just work towards it and do whatever to actually be prepared for the exam. And just do the quizzes and just stick to the schedule.
Wonderful, wonderful, awesome.
The schedule is like, I think the schedule is what you created, right? The schedule to stick to do the ECB exam. That's probably the best thing a guy can actually stick. It's like it doesn't put any pressure on you. You just keep going with the flow. Just stick with the schedule. Um, keep preparing 2 hours every day, 3 hours every day, and then at the end, just revise the whole thing. Memorize input output elements, and then you're good to go. And I definitely think that it would have been way harder for me to pass this exam without the scores, 110%, because I would have been so confused confused with BABOK, I swear. Even after the course, I was like, when I was going through it the first time, I was like, oh God, I can't remember anything from the past. Oh God, what's gonna happen? And then Richa used to console me that no, don't worry, it'll be fine. It's same thing happened with me. Just go through it, just revise, and it'll be fine. Just go through the gut feeling. You just have your gut feeling, and then you'll take the right options, and it'll be fine. And then it all went well, and I cleared the exam. But I had like probably like 90 to 95% of the credit that for the exam. Me clearing this goes to you. It was a wonderful, like, you've probably been like the perfect tutor, I would say. I've never seen anyone, no one here in Australia actually sticks so much and gets everything done. Like pushes students to do stuff. No one even asks you if you're attending meetings or not. In my uni, no one cared. But you always used to call us out by names. Uttkarsh, you're not attending meetings. Richa, you're not attending meetings. So we used to like. That used to push us as well, and you're a great teacher, definitely. Yeah, you go like way beyond that, how much you should do. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons that it was easy to clear the exam in the first attempt, I would say.
Thank you. And it's all hard work of my students as well. The BABOK as such is very exhaustive, I know that. So very awesome piece of advice that you have given new ECB aspirants, that guys, if you have been procrastinating your exam, if you feel that you're not able to focus and you're not able to reach that milestone, one good thing, one quick thing that you can do is go and book the exam date. Go and book your exam with IIBA. So when you have a target date, you will work towards it. So thank you very much, Uttkarsh, for giving your time for this interview. And since you have just recently got a job, all the best on this new role, and my blessings.
Thank you so much. Thank
as
you
you
so
take
much, Sajna.
as you move
Thank
to the
you so much.
next level in your career.